Everyone is frustrated, but like I said, we're not panicking. 2 games in, we got 15 games left. So we'll just take a deep breath and relax. We're gonna be fine.
Let me tell you about a guy named Joe. He grew up in Ohio. He's small town like me and you. From Athens to LSU. Now he's the king of the AFC. Jackpot Joey. He's got rose-colored Cartier, cigar-smoking protege. Got diamonds in his chains and ice running through his veins. He's the king of the AFC, Jackpot Joey. Cincinnati royalty, small town loyalty, still connected to his roots, wearing hero boots. He's the king of the AFC, Jackpot Joey.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals, who are tied for first place. I don't care what anybody says. It's a tie. We're all 2-2. Anyway, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm at the 1,896 subscribers. That is awesome. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you have something that you want me or Cap to answer, or just want you to support the show, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Also, the show is brought to you by delicious Jackpot Joey beer. So if you guys have not had any yet, hang on a second. It's good. Gotta start off the show right here. Make sure you go to Jungle Gyms. I know they got it there. Here in Delhi, they got it at Delhi Liquor. A lot of different stores are getting it. I know it's selling out quickly, so please, if you find it, you better buy it quickly. All right, guys, we had a great time Thursday night. I had an absolute blast at the whiteout. Everybody was wearing white. I was all decked out, my Jackpot Joey white stuff. Cap went all out. He had his beard white. Arrow had white in his hair. It was awesome. We watched a great win for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get to the recap show here with the star of the show. It's not me. It's Cap. What up, Cap? What's going on, brother?
Hear that Bengal growling, mean and angry. Here he comes a prowling, lean and hungry. An offensive brute, run past her boot. And defensively, he's rough, tough. Cincinnati Bengals, that's the team we're gonna cheer to victory. Touchdown Bengals, get some points up on that board and win it game for Cincinnati. Dude, I'm so hyped. Cincinnati, we got a team right here in town, ain't gonna ever let us down. Who they
think gonna beat them Bengals? Who they
think gonna beat them Bengals?
Nobody.
On Thursday night. Dude, I just got like a bunch of adrenaline pumping. Almost messed up that song.
Oh, dude, that was great. I loved it. That was all. Dude, I had so much fun. I mean, I saw you guys from a distance, but there's so many people coming up and saying hi and everything. I never got to talk to you guys or hang out with you guys or anything, but it was an absolute blast at that game. That was probably I know I say this almost every time, but that was the loudest I've ever heard that stadium. It was loud.
That was, I think it approached the loudest. I was impressed, especially later, like Meg talks about being deaf and feeling, and there were times where at the end I could actually feel, oh my God, it was great. It was so awesome because I've always wanted a theme day,
Yes, you have.
so we got the whiteout. Elizabeth,
Hey,
thank
do
you
me a
so
favor.
much.
Turn your mic up a little bit. I'm having a hard time. Hearing you for some reason.
How about now?
That's a little better. Yeah.
A little better,
Yeah, a little bit.
man.
I don't know.
I had a little computer. I had to restart real quick before. So
I know you jumped on and then, but I mean, we can hear you. It's good. I mean, but anyway, yeah. But Thursday night, I know you've talked about, like last year we tried to do it Thursday night. We tried to do the Zumba pants, and that didn't really.
Zubaz, yep.
Zubaz, thank you. I know I messed up. We tried to do that last year. It didn't. Some people did, but Thursday night, everybody was wearing white. I mean, they had white. I mean, Sean, Hude baby, had his face painted white instead of orange black. It was black and white. Shout out to you for the pants that you designed, which, by the way, those are pretty cool looking that you designed for him. I like those a lot. So it was like Greg Luther said, it was unreal. It was so much fun. Now we roll into Sunday, and I'm sitting there and I got the NFL ticket, so I'm mostly watching the Ravens game, but I'm flipping back and forth, keeping track of the Steelers and what the Browns are doing. One by one, they all lose, and now we are 2-2, just like the Browns and the Ravens. So technically, yes, we're in third, whatever. I don't care. We're tied for first. I mean, we're back in this thing. We go to Sunday for Baltimore. That's first place right there, Cap.
Exactly. And we knew we could be there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Bengals fans, I get it. We've been, some of us have been hurt. Some of us have weathered more, arrows than others. But man, this team has got it. Now, you can doubt, you can question, and I've made statements where if this offensive line doesn't get it together, it's going to be a long season. I mean, that's just a fact. But will they get it together? Never had a doubt they would.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I still would like to see, I would like to see them get Joe Mixon going. And I know Mixon had a meeting with the offensive line, which I think is a good thing. Let's hash this out, talk about, let's try to figure out what's going on and why we can't get this run game going. That's the one thing I still have to get going on the offense. But other than that, I think we're looking pretty good right now.
So I've been kind of, man, this weekend was crazy. I was recovering, and when did that come out? Like Mixon had a meeting with the offensive line?
They said Mike Petraglia reported it today. I just saw it on Twitter right before I came out here. So yeah, so sometime today they had a meeting. Like I said, I literally just saw that. I would have put it up here, but I didn't have time to put it up on the channel yet, or up on the on the channel here. But yeah, apparently Mixon had a meeting with them, and they're hashing stuff out about the run blocking, the zones, the holes, just all things in general. So to me, that's a good thing that they know that they're not there. They're not on the same page. But that's something, to me, that's what championship football teams do. You don't need your coach to try to kick you in the ass all the time. Sometimes it's on the players, like, all right, guys, we got to get this together. And to me, that shows a ton of maturity on Mixon and the offensive line. I'm like, all right, boys, we know we can do better. What's going on here? Let's figure this out. So I think that's a good thing, because Cap, to me, if we get this run game going, like I know it can, that opens everything up. And the thing is, look, I know everyone wants this high flying offense and all this stuff and everything that Kansas City did last night, which is fun. But the thing is, once you get into playoffs, you have to run the ball. Like, you have to. I don't care what it is. If it's January, not all the teams are in dome stadiums. You have to run the ball. So that's why, to me, getting the running game started is very important. And I think that's a good step in the right direction. Oh,
yeah. It's good to hear that he's reaching out to him. I actually have some things to talk about on the Blind Tiger Show tomorrow. I've been looking at a lot of film. And this idea that other fans have brought up, other analysts have brought up, that Mixon could be tipping off defenses.
I heard some of that stuff, yeah.
It's valid. It's 100% valid. And normally I don't talk because, hey, I look at film for myself.
Right.
We've got so many great people out there diving into film. I mean, heck, even Tigers Talk going into film breakdowns now, which is fantastic. I don't need to. There's a lot that I don't know. There's a lot that I'd like to learn. But this in particular, I might get some heat for it. but I'm not gonna divulge everything. But especially if it's negative attention, I don't want it on your show.
You're
But
fine.
I think it needs to be said because I know the Bengals see it. I know they're talking about it in the film room. It's got to stop. When it stops, I think that's going to go a long way to helping out the offensive line.
Exactly. And that's it. Excuse me. I know Chandler, my son, he does a lot of film breakdown too, and he's kind of talked about it a little bit with me. I was hoping to get him on here, but he's still in class right now, so he might jump on with us tomorrow when Dale is on for us to talk about what he's also saw in the his film breakdown, because he does a way better job than I do at it. I don't have time to do it, frankly, but I have heard that. And the thing is, if they could get that, if it's a simple tell to fix that, that's going to make a huge change in our offense. Because that's when I was talking with my brother-in-law last night and my son, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do all this jet motion and all this stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, that's all cool and everything, but you got to run the ball." Like, if we can get to the point where, and if Joe is tipping it off, if we can fix that, and it gets back to being the Joe Mixon of old, dude, our offense is going to take off.
Yep.
So I had a couple people
Absolutely.
ask in the chat here if they're going to do the Thursday or do the whiteout again. But as far as I know, they're not. I think that was only one-time thing, right, Cap? They can only do it once a year.
That's a good question.
As far as the helmet goes.
I thought that's correct. I could be wrong, but I think it's going to be this one.
I'm pretty
If I'm
sure.
wrong, my bad.
I'm pretty sure Emily Parker said on my show that she can only do it or they can only do it once. They got to get it approved and all that stuff. So Emily, if you're watching, let me know. All right, Dustin, thanks for the $5 super chat here. Amazing atmosphere Thursday night. I'll take the win, but the offense inconsistency is frustrating. It was such a point of emphasis this offseason. That's true. That's kind of what we're talking about. It has been kind of hit or miss. But, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I think it was trying to get the offensive line together. Now they're playing a lot better. Joe's not Joe got sacked, once, I think, Thursday night, if I'm right. And now it's just a matter of getting the run game together. So, I mean, people don't realize when you basically change your entire offensive line except for one guy, and I'm to blame for it too, because I thought we were just going to go ahead and take off. It's a big thing to try to get these guys all on the same page,
Well, and I really honestly, it's Burrow. For as much as the offensive line, I said the two things that need to be fixed. Number one, offensive line. Number two, Joe Burrow. Now, we started out hot. Burrow was throwing lasers, and it's great. I'm surrounded by some great fans on 158. Now, I know there's fans way, behind me in other sections. We're filled. The stadium's filled with great fans. But, we talk a lot about that, and everyone around me, we were all in agreement. You know what? I'm not afraid to say that Joe Burrow just needed to play like Joe Burrow. And
he's still not there yet. I think there's still more to get to.
He's still,
he's not as accurate,
and it's a good thing. It is
Yeah,
a good thing
right.
because if Joe Burrow was elite Joe Burrow right now and the offense was inconsistent, I'd be nervous.
Right.
Knowing that he's still whatever cobwebs, kinks, whatever that's got to happen is still going to happen. I guarantee it's going to happen. Oh, man, the future looks great. I mean, we can win games when, he started out hot and then cooled off a little bit. There were some missed throws. There were some guys that were open, and I get it. Quarterback's not going to see every single person who's open. But we kept saying, first couple rows are like, all we need is one of those Joe Burrow throws. And then he hit, was it Hayden? I don't know how he
You talking about
got
the touchdown? The touchdown was the T.
Not the touchdown, but there was a throw in the middle, and all I
probably
saw
Hurst.
were Dolphins.
Yeah.
And somehow we come down. I'm like, I have no idea how he fit that ball in there, but that is Joe Burrow.
Yes.
And then things started to pick up a little bit. The fans booing off of a run. I just
I don't
laugh
boo.
because
I don't
then
boo.
suddenly next play, T.
They're cheering.
Higgins,
Yeah.
deep touchdown. I knew it was coming. Like, you're not going to just throw the ball every down. Even teams who can't run need to run. We're not going to get rid of the run, but hopefully we can get rid of some of the tells.
So not to totally take the gleam off of your show, but can you kind of explain without blowing everything up for your show? Because I don't want you to blow your show up. But they want to know how is he tipping them off? If you could explain without.
Search Twitter for what some of the other people have said. Mixon tipping is probably just 2 words. You can find a couple of people talking about it. I've seen a couple of tweets that looking through I agree with, but I didn't dive into the Twitter part of it because, number one, I don't want to copy anybody's work. Sometimes I stay away just to make sure if it's something that I'm interested in and I'm willing to spend the time, I don't want to copy somebody else's work. I guarantee, well, maybe I copy somebody's work, but they're not, they gave me permission.
There you go.
But yeah, sometimes like wide receivers, it's as simple as a lean one direction or another. Are they going inside or are they going outside? It's absolutely amazing. Sometimes, I can't remember who said it. It was a Bengals wide receiver a while ago, and they were talking about whatever foot that they led with at the line was whether they were going to try to go inside or outside. And once they fixed that, their route running improved because the defender didn't necessarily know inside or outside, but prior to that, they knew. They had a good guess of where it was going. So there could be a lot of things like that. I don't care. I don't care if it's coaching. I don't care if it's play design. I don't care if it's Joe. I don't care what it is. I'm just going to talk about the tells that I see, and I guarantee it's getting fixed. I guarantee it. But I was a little surprised. You don't expect something like that. You just It's like, wow.
Well, especially as long as he's been playing in the NFL, you wouldn't think that. But anyway, but hey, this is a tease for you guys to go watch the Blind Tiger show tomorrow night. So make sure you guys tune in there. It is tomorrow night, right? At 7 o'clock.
Yep.
Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Yeah. So make sure if you guys really want to find out more information about it, well, the work that Cap's done, like I said, he just comes on my show. He's my friend, so I don't want to steal all the work that he's done. Let him go.
Yeah,
watch
I've never had my own work, so
there you go.
Never had anything I could say. So
now Nick here says they're scheduled to wear white on the road to Pittsburgh, but I don't think they're going to wear the white helmet though. I think Thursday night was the only white helmet night for the White Tigers. So yeah, I mean they wore all white before, but I don't think I think Thursday night was the only one.
Hey, did you hit that one Keith Bradley comment? You couldn't hear the refs and watching the Dolphins use 2 timeouts back to back.
I
throw
did
that
not.
comment up.
No, I'll find it. Hold on.
It's near the top. It's a long.
There you go up here.
I wish I could star it, but anyway, yeah, Keith, exactly. The fact that I love seeing that graphic the Bengals put up when we cause the other team to need a timeout. The fact that we got to see it twice, oh my, we lost our minds. That gets, people don't understand. Fans can influence the game because, I mean, they hear us.
Dude, how many times have we said that on my show here?
Yeah, Hayden Hurst said it. He heard the crowd when he caught that one ball, and he used it. The players love that energy. They don't like the booing. I don't care. Some people, they can think that they are booing coaching.
Yeah,
the players here booing at them.
Right.
It's just, I get it. You're allowed to do whatever you want. I'm never going to like it, because I've talked to too many players that don't like it. And it's not because they're sensitive. Yes, they are. Some of them millionaires and professionals paid for.
They're still human.
But they are human. You come to my job and boo me, I'm probably getting fired because you're not going to boo me for long. But I'm not going to be able to work under the kind of pressure. No, that sucks. People, I get booed on Twitter. It sucks, and it's just Twitter, and it sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Try to use that energy. If you're really frustrated, write the team a letter.
Right.
Dear Zach, dear Brian, dear,
Right.
come on the show, get comments and scream at Iceman here.
Should we write a letter to Cheetah about how Eli Apple shut him down? William here says Eli Apple shut the Cheetah down.
I love it.
But
you know what? I didn't take offense. I said it before. I didn't take offense to Cheetah saying that because he about laughed. Like, he knows he had a rough game against the Bengals and against Eli. So he's like, you know what? Payback. Well, yeah, because he got shut down. He got embarrassed, and he kind of laughed about it. So I thought it was funny. I thought it was a good little banter back and forth. And Eli got the best of him again.
Yes, he did. All right, Nick here says Cincy Jungle listed White Bengal in prime time in Pitt. So, all right, maybe they are. What do I know? I thought it was only once, but maybe they are. Yeah, I'll go with what Cincy Jungle said over what I'm thinking. So that's fine with me.
Yeah, you're right sometimes.
Yeah. All right, here. Let's get to William here. The defense is going to eat this Sunday on Lamar Jackson.
I hope.
Yeah. I was surprised of how bad Baltimore's defense looked. I mean, I watched the game, a lot of that game. Beginning of that game, Buffalo looked terrible. I don't know how much of you watched it or not, Cal, but I watched the majority of it. Buffalo looked awful, and then they came back and Baltimore, they couldn't stop anybody. I was pretty shocked. I mean, that, I think it bodes pretty well for us. But Lamar, I will never say we're going to dominate Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is one of the most unique and athletic quarterbacks in the NFL, so I'll never say that. I hope we do.
Oh yeah, there's no doubting the athlete that he is, and when he's hot, he can throw the ball too. Mm-hmm. I just think he's too inconsistent as a passer.
Yes,
and
he's
so
better
much
this
of
year.
His passing success, when I watch, he's hitting guys that are wide open.
Yeah, he's not fitting the ball into tight windows like we just talked about with Jackpot. He's not doing that.
Yeah, I don't. Now he does. I've seen it, but overall,
not as consistently.
When I go back to a game where he's had gaudy numbers, it looks easy. So for he's always a threat, but again, we've gotten a lot faster on defense. We've built ourselves to catch a guy like Lamar Jackson. And, unless they figure out a way to completely remake their offense, I think Lou's got them figured out. We'll see.
The only thing I am concerned about is because Baltimore is a run-heavy team, and since DJ is not in there, that does, now B.J. Hill played really good, Josh Trubisky played really good, but Miami does not run the ball like Baltimore does. So that does, hopefully they'll step up and we'll be fine. But, DJ Reader to me is a Pro Bowl player. I've said that a couple times on the show. I think he should have been a Pro Bowl last year, and I think he would have been this year. But
he's been playing all pro level this year.
Yeah. But now with him being hurt, I don't know if it's going to happen. But so that's the thing that does scare me. As far as the running game goes of Baltimore.
Yeah, you know what though, we're going to force them. We're going to have to force them to abandon the run game. Mm-hmm. We're going to have to put points on the board. If we put 21, if we go up quick 21-0, we do not have to worry about their running attack.
And Dale here says they would have kept running Dobbins, they would have beat Buffalo, which he's probably right on that there because Dobbins was running all over the place on him. But that's the thing, that's what scares me. It does scare me about Buffalo or about Baltimore is running on us. So we'll see. But I agree with you. Get out. If we can get out and get the ball, I like taking the ball first. I want to get out and get that lead and have them chase us. That's what I want. I think that just puts our defense, like their defense, on their heels. Our defense on our toes. Like, all right, we're going to pin our ears back. We're going to go after you more. Our offense. I want to be the aggressor. I like that. I know on Thursday night we lost the coin flip, so we didn't have we didn't have a choice. But I don't know about you. I like taking the ball first.
Oh, yeah. Hey, like my wife, wife loves defense. I love defense. I like the scoring. All of our biggest stars are on offense. But, there's something about just humiliating an offense that wants to come out and score, and we just shut them down. Like I feel like when I see that, anytime I see that, we're going to win.
Right.
And most of the times, that's what ends up happening. But if Joe wants to cook, if he wants to heat up right off the bat, oh, yeah, let's go. So that's a team we are now. Okay, great.
All right, William here. It says, I think T is going to put up some numbers this year because every defensive coordinator is doubling Chase. Now, see, that's true, but eventually they're going to stop. They're going to have to, I think. I'm kind of waiting for that because that's what I was talking to my son about. They keep doubling Chase. Eventually, if T keeps putting these numbers up, which he's going to, they're going to have to pick which one. And if they double T, then Jamar's going to go off on them. So that's where I'm waiting for that. Jamar. I mean, Jamar's had a good season, but he hasn't had a breakout game yet because of the way the defense are playing against him. If you watch the Generations thing with him and Chad Johnson, Ocho Cinco, by the way, Chase is wearing the Jack by Joey hat. His teammates were calling him the Raven Killer, and that's what everybody called Chad too. So this might be the game. Who knows?
Could be. I really don't know. I could see him. They're probably always going to double Chase. Unless somebody wants to try to get fancy. And when you get fancy on D, a lot of times you regret it. I think they're happy to make sure that Chase doesn't go off on a big day and beat them, especially Baltimore. And I get it, defensive coordinator moved on, whatever. I don't think they're going to let Chase pile up 400 yards Sunday.
Most likely not. I doubt they'll do that
again. They're going to double him, and that's going to get the opportunity for T. Now, I thought T had more opportunities Thursday night that, for whatever reason, were missed. Some weird overthrows. That the one, I think, right sideline could have been back shoulder pretty easily.
He got the one hand on it.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, that's not normally what we see from Burrow. So, again, work in progress, getting back to that elite level, showing strides each game toward getting back there. I have no worries at all about Burrow. But, you give T that opportunity, T's going to eat him up.
Yes, he is. Now, Nick here's talking about Hubbard being the spy, which he did, like I say, he did that last year. So, I mean, that's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But, I mean, Lou has gotten so many different things dialed up, and he's got so many more options this year, I think, with Cam Sample having another year, Joseph Osai being in the mix, and Zach Carter and all these young guys we have. I think he's got a lot more versatility this year that, I'm not saying he won't put Sam as a spy, but I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's going to go in his mad scientist and dial some stuff up.
Dale Mixon being the key. I could see that. Not only do I see that, but I do think they get some of the issues fixed with the run game. So I'm excited.
I hope so. Let's see here.
Sam was thanking me for the coupon on the hat.
Oh, there you go.
It just came in today, so
nice. You're
welcome. I love seeing Bengals fans not only get deals, but get deals on great stuff. And this is my new favorite hat. The Pro Standard kind of made the rip.
I like the script. I like the way it's written on there.
Well,
that's
that's that classic sports specialties font that's in Christmas Vacation that everybody remembers. Yes. The one that Sam Wyche wore. That's why I love this font.
You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati.
And Pro Standard made kind of a ripoff. But I love orange. They never made the original in orange. And New Era made one in orange. I was so pumped to find this. Accidental. I get alerts for like new merch. And my alert did not go off for this, but this is a good hat.
This is cool. I missed this tweet. William here says, did you guys see the tweet where Hurst says Cincinnati feels like home? That's dude, and he's not the first one to say that. Yeah, exactly. Cheers. Right? Yeah.
People want to talk. You're like, since ironic that CJ Uzama says Cincinnati's going to have trouble keeping Joe, who is from the area, and his replacement, Hayden Hurst, says he's finally found a home in Cincinnati. Yeah. More players say that than lately than I've ever heard. So that bodes well for us keeping Burrow, keeping Hayden's probably our next tight end to retire. So
exactly. Cheers there. Cheers. All right, let's see here. Charles here says Hurst should go off this week, and we got to stop with the complaining about the play calling. I'll cheers to that there, dude. I get so tired of people saying that.
We're gonna have opinions. And I know Twitter's made to give your opinion to everybody and not be challenged. That's what Twitter's made for.
Right.
I want to say what I want to say, and everyone has to agree. That's Twitter in a nutshell. But it's wasted energy because execution is king. Even if it's horrible play calling, we have enough talent to put up 48 points a game if we execute. I'm just not going to waste my energy. Yeah, I saw a few. I'm beginning to, and it's funny because I saw the Chiefs and Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy fail on, a few things. And,
that's the thing. Some people think the Bengals should never mess up at any time ever. I'm like, they're going to.
If every play worked, we'd be scoring 100 points a game. We'd
be undefeated.
It's just fans who hate Zach or are just very, very observant and critical for the Bengals because they watch them all the time. Normally, and I've watched other games with fans like that. I've never seen a fan pick up the same things, but so I say normally, don't watch other games and see the same stuff. They're not paying attention. It happens in every game. It happens to every coach. Mike McDaniel, who everybody's just loving as the new guy, and he looks like he streams Halo on Twitch Wednesday and Saturday nights. Like, the dude does not look at all like a head coach. But he almost got his quarterback killed.
Oh, God. Dude.
That man knew, and what bothers me about him is the comments dismissing concussions, or I don't like how the whole organization mishandled it. Obviously, we read about the doctors, all that stuff, but he mishandled it too, and everybody loves him. So, no, you know what? If you watch every game with the same level of scrutiny, you're going to hate every coach in the NFL.
Now, I was told
Execute.
The Dolphins, they fired their medical guy or whatever, or the PA fired him. Or
NFL PA, yeah. But honestly, it feels like scapegoat.
Oh, it totally is. But I mean, dude, we talked about this. We talked about this last Monday.
Exactly.
He had a concussion. You could freaking tell.
I am not a medical professional.
No.
And watching the first video, I knew it was not his back.
Yeah.
If Mike McDaniel didn't know it wasn't his back, Mike McDaniel might not be smart enough to be a head coach. Because, I mean, we're talking common sense here. We're talking like basic survival skills, like don't run into traffic level of common sense.
Right.
So
exactly.
He had to have been covering it up. He had to have been lying. Some of the comments, he had to have been lying. And I'm just like,
Yeah,
now, Zach presented with a situation like that where, okay, let's say the team forces him to play whoever. Zach's just going to dodge the question like a good head coach should. He's not going to outright lie.
Exactly. All right, Dale here says, what I appreciate most about Zach is he would say, I could do this better. I could do that better. He isn't stubborn to be known know-it-all at all because the whole league changes and he will with it. Exactly. And that's one thing you may have talked about on the show. I love it that he changes. Huh?
Harbaugh going for it and getting yelled at, and no, he stuck to his guns.
Right.
He didn't apologize for it.
Right. But that's the thing I like about Zach. He's like, yeah, I messed up.
And it's not the first time Harbaugh has lost a game with questionable head coaching decisions. No one's talking about that. Everyone wants to pile on Zach, but it's Harbaugh who is 0-7 in the last 7 one-score contests. I think it's 0-7.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody said they're like 0-5 at home or something like that. I thought I saw Jimmy Rouse say that on Sports Wrap last night. I'm like, really?
They have a losing streak at home.
There you go. Let's keep that going. I hope we do. Let's see here. Keith here says, I feel like the NFL is going to drop the hammer on the Fins. Well, that would be drop the hammer on the Fins again, which I mean, they should. I mean, I was yelling. I was pissed when I saw Tua get carted off. I was mad. I'm like, he should have not been freaking playing. I'm like, I was so stupid. But one thing I thought, shout out to Houday Nation, I thought it was really classy of the Bengals fans to chant Tua, Tua. You know, we're not Philadelphia. We're not booing them off the field or anything. We're cheering. We don't want him to get hurt. I mean, you know, nobody wants that. I mean, this is a guy's life that he sustained one slight concussion, and a massive one within 5 days. I mean, if you're sitting there and your fingers are like this, that's head trauma. I mean, you look it up.
I almost immediately when I realized he wasn't getting up, hands went into prayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come on, buddy, get up, get up. And then when the car came out, I spattering of people tried, get the Tua chant started. I was one of those people. It started, died off that, but then once he basically, as he passed everybody, I could hear it just kind of move throughout the stadium to do that. So I know he heard us. So it's bigger than football. Twitter Dolphins fans are a lot of horrible people, just garbage people, like talking about Burrow getting injured and stuff, hoping for that. I've seen it a million times in the past couple of years. It's gross. You're in the game, doesn't matter. Like, it's the right thing to do. Tua, the league is better with Tua in it and getting the opportunity to show what he can do. Just because he hasn't really shown much yet,
right?
Doesn't mean that there's any reason to hate the guy.
No,
he's just not as good as Joe Burrow.
Let's be honest. There's not that many people are jacked up. I mean, come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. Dale here says, get back to Harbaugh here. He says, multiple times last year, Harbaugh lost them games.
Yep.
Yes, he has. And that's what, people always get around here. And then we hear because we're Cincinnati fans. But I'm always curious about how much Harbaugh hears from him, because he has done some boneheaded calls here the last, couple of years.
Yeah, Brandon talking about that. Yeah, a lot of fans complain about offense and play calling, but have they watched other teams? I guess I haven't really paid attention to the defenses playing some of these offenses better. I'm sure there's some truth to that. It's kind of cyclical. If defenses are adjusting to stop it, we didn't see that last night. Like, oh boy, Tampa. I'm feeling a little bit better about that game, there in the future. Mm-hmm. But I honestly, I think it's, if you go in, seriously, Bengals fans who hate Zach or are unhappy with Zach or think we should be scoring 50 a game because of play calling, do me a favor. Just be honest. Tonight, watch Monday Night Football as if the Bengals are playing the Bengals. Watch and just see Zach on both sidelines and just think about dig into every little play call and everything that doesn't work, get mad. And at the end of the game, see how you feel. And when the plays hit and they hit big, watch the execution. Did the quarterback have 4 seconds in a wide open pocket? Was a wide receiver wide open? Did the player execution make everything easy? And then think back to the Bengals and any struggles you think. It might help center you. It might help make you less crazy, because I know it's not a fun place to be, thinking that you're constantly being held back by this invisible man that you don't see on the field. No, it's a lot of execution issues. And sometimes these coaches, I've seen Andy Reid do it, where he'll try 3rd and long and he'll try a crazy run and it doesn't work and no one cares.
Keith here says, firing of the independent doctor doesn't solve it. He or she just gives the coaches their recommendation on the player's health. And it comes down to coaches who have to do the right thing. See, that's not how I understood it. I thought they were independent. They worked for the Players Association. They didn't work for the NFL team or the NFL, and they were supposed to make the determination. They were supposed to be taken out of the coach's hands, out of the player's hand, and they were supposed to make the decision. That's the way I understood it. And maybe I'm wrong, I mean, but that's the reason I thought that they were there, that they were the independent, they were there for the player. So maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I understood that.
I mean, honestly, if I'm a head coach and seeing what I saw from Tua, no, he's not playing. And I don't. People tried to get on me for my Twitter comment, but it was an honest comment, and I didn't think Tua should have been playing.
No,
So
we talked about it Monday. He shouldn't have been playing.
Immediately went back to when Mike had said that, well, in a normal week, he'd be questionable to play. I'm like, well, this isn't a normal week. This is a shortened week.
It's within 5
so
days.
You mean he'd be doubtful?
Yeah.
No, he's playing. Like, that was one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard in my life. And honestly, completely unnecessary. He did not have to say those words, and he chose those words. And it was the exact opposite of what he should have been saying if he intended to play Tua on Thursday. I don't get it. And I had to laugh, Dale. Yeah.
I heard you were hanging out with some high cotton there the other night.
Man, I tell you,
That's awesome, dude.
Thursday was amazing from being able to hang out with Andrew Whitworth pregame.
Yeah.
He climbs up in the stands, and I put my Bengal chain around him, and Houday Baby gives him his sunglasses, and we were all giving him love, and he was giving love back. It was so good to see him. To the game. The game was amazing. The fan energy, even after. But we go to we're just trying to find something to eat, somewhere to eat. We forget Thursday night. Hey, Cincinnati, love you. But 67,000 record attendance. This is a football town. Go Reds, but this is a football town. This team's going to bring multiple Lombardis to Cincinnati. The next Thursday night game we have, and we're going to have plenty. We might have 2 next year. Bars, get together, stay open. We could find anywhere to eat. Everybody, kitchen's closed.
That's what Dale was saying.
I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. E&O, shout out to E&O, shout out to Tony, holding everything down at E&O. Shout out to Ty, the manager. They were open. They were serving. They were rolling. I'm like, we were going to give up. We were going to White Castle. And there's a large gap between I love White Castle, but there's a large gap between E&O and White Castle.
Yeah, a little bit.
To be Captain Obvious. But we walk in, and this woman's flagging us down. Shane Graham's lovely, fun wife. So lucky enough to hang out with Shane Graham quite a few times for that day. Phenomenal guy. The cliche, don't meet your heroes. Absolutely not true. Yep. Thank you, Tiger Stalk, for the nurse practitioner in the house. Shane Graham is a better human being than he was a football player, and he was a damn good kicker, and he's done amazing things for the Bengals still with Evan McPherson. Thank you so much. But so we got to hang out with them and had a great time drinking, having a good time. Tony sent over champagne and beers and sparklers. I can only imagine what other people were thinking. But some guy comes up and says, hey, everybody, so how'd we do? And we all turn around. It's Lou Anarumo.
Holy shit. Hey, you did great.
All right. Yeah, that's basically, in my head, I was saying a million things and getting up and hugging him. And luckily, there is a filter there that stopped me from doing that. And being
luckily,
weird,
you weren't fanboy. Like, oh my God,
I
I
was
love
still
you.
in costume. So what's worse than jumping up and hugging the man would be hugging a man with a, Love Boat captain costume, basically. But I was just stunned. Like he's over there with a big group. I'm guessing some family friends. Mm-hmm. Did not have to. We were not like over there bugging them, whatever. Did not have to get up at all. He chose to get up and come say hi.
Dale would have totally been fanboy.
Oh, But no, Lou is a great coach. We stole him from the Giants. I know there are a lot of people who had questions, but he's really we're not going to have him for long. And,
No.
and that's sad, but we're going to enjoy him.
Yeah, he might be gone after this year. And one thing I want to give a shout out to Bengals Nation, because they did get the Burrow at the end of the game at the because I stayed and went to the Thursday night post game show there, and Burrow did the Who Dey chant. But before that, we actually were able to get the Jackpot Joey chant, which is awesome. So thanks to my buddy, one of the viewers there, Rob. He was in there helping me get that going. So that was awesome. I got the flag on there with a Jackpot Joey chant. Now, one thing I want to ask you this: when Burrow says it, he said, "Who they think?" We always say, "Who they think will beat the Bengals?" He said, "Who they think?"
Stop. Players. So
yeah, they're saying it different.
I need to ask some of the old the alumni.
Yeah.
But it is going back to Marvin days. So I don't know how long it's been, but instead of think, they say.
Yeah, who they say? Yeah, that's it.
Going to
who
beat
they
them
say
Bengals.
going to beat the Bengals? That's what he says. I'm like, what?
So it's always been that way. Now, I've thought about this. You know, the weird things that I pontificate. Should we change it to say? Like, no, the words are think.
It's stuck in my brain. I don't think I could.
The words are think, and I love the fact that the players. I know someone's told them. I guarantee someone's told them, and they keep the say. So that's theirs. We have ours. I kind of really, really like that. And I'm happy to keep that separation.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard that before until then. I mean,
no, yeah. If you go back, anytime that there's the game ball and the post game with Zach, you'll hear it every single time.
Who they say gonna beat them Bengals? All right.
Exactly.
See, for me, it's been who they think gonna beat them Bengals. Where do they play? In the jungle, dude. It's been like that since '81, since this whole thing started. It's stuck in my head.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's been written from day one. It's think.
Yeah.
The players use say.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah. Hey.
Just a quirky little trivia there.
Long as they keep winning, they can say where the hell they want.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's get back to the Lou conversation here. Dale says Lou is a top 5 DC and honestly trending toward number 1 with his ability to make adjustments, show different looks, just everything. He had a plan to have the team. He has made it happen. I mean, look, I was as bad as anybody 2 years ago. I called him Lou and Armadillo, or 3 years ago, because I didn't know what we were trying to do. And then I started seeing what he was trying to do. The problem was in 2020 and 2019, he didn't have the players to do it. Now he's got the players, and dude, he can do whatever he wants, and it's going to be a huge loss when we're going to lose him. I mean, now somebody brought this up. I can't remember who. I think it might have been Paul Daner. Actually, I think he said on his podcast that we might be able to keep him because of his age and because he's a defensive guy. And the trend in the NFL, because they're all copycats, so everybody's going for the young offensive coordinator guy. That's the trend in the NFL right now. That's the only saving grace that maybe Lou might stay here, and because if he gets a shot at a head coaching job, I'm sure he's going. I would take it. But that's just what Paul Daner said. So I still think I know Dan Zimmer was older. I know, but that's the only saving grace that the trend in the NFL is the young offensive minded coaches that maybe they would go that way and we could keep them. But I think Lou is.
Hey, selfishly, I hope we get to keep Lou forever.
Absolutely.
But for, I hope anybody that's ever worn stripes, I wish him success. So, honestly, the best thing, maybe Lou doesn't need the money, but I hope Lou gets a gigantic payday with a head coaching position somewhere. Good for him, good for his family. But as a result of shutting out whatever NFC team we beat the pants off of in the Super Bowl this year to bring home a Lombardi to Cincinnati.
Yeah, now you're talking, Cap. Let's go. Keep you fired up now. All right. Brandon here says the front office deserves much credit to, which is true. As Lou, they gave him the pieces for success. They spent over 180 million on the D. Yeah, they had to. I mean, for the Bengals to turn us around as fast as we had a historically bad defense. If you guys remember before Zach and last year of Lou, we had a historically bad defense. It was awful. So to fix all that, they had, as fast as they did, they had to fix, or they had to pay money for it, which was smart. They paid money for defense, drafted offense, and look where we're at now. It's the Super Bowl last year, and like you said, we're going to go get a Lombardi this year, baby. Let's go. Sorry, I get a little excited now. One statement, you got me all fired up, Cap. It doesn't take much. It doesn't take
Just wait till we're in first place after whipping the Ravens.
Oh,
then it's gonna feel like everything's back.
Oh, dude, I might if we go to first place after beating the Ravens, I might just go live after that off just on my phone. Like, woo, we're at a party on the YouTube channel. It's gonna be a blast. All right, I see here, Brandon. What just jumps in here? What do you think? I think Brian. Excuse me, Brian. I think what we see with the defense point right to the point Cap makes earlier. Execution. If Lou is doing these things and the execution wasn't there, they'd be calling for his head. Exactly. He made your point for you, Cap. I mean,
yeah, I never thought about that, but that's true. We see, overall on defense when you're looking at, I mean, heck, you can see it by grades. We see better execution on defense.
Mm-hmm.
So when we see it on offense, there you go. It's amazing when T's having a good day, even if Burrow necessarily isn't, T's Pro Football Focus grade is high. Jamar's is high. Burrow, when Burrow's throwing lasers, when Burrow completes like 75% of his passes, his PFF grade is probably going to be high. For any complaints about how they may grade or what they may not know about offensive line play, I think they get skill positions pretty down pat. I do like, especially to compare their grades with their grades. You may not agree someone got this grade, but when you look at the increase or decrease of the grade from game to game, you probably will agree with that because they keep the same methodology.
Exactly. Cam, I'm with you, buddy. I sure hope we have a chance to win that trophy too, Lombardi, man. We got a shot.
It looked pretty in Cincy.
Oh, dude, how nice was that? We got the AFC Championship ring. How nice was the Super Bowl ring?
Oh man. Oh yeah. I tell you what. Somehow, some way, I wish since Elizabeth does so many great things for the fans. I don't know any other team that's done an AFC Championship ring.
I've never heard of it before. I thought that was a great idea.
But they're just different. The connection with the fans is so amazing that, like, hey, throwing it out there in the universe, give us an opportunity to buy a Super Bowl championship ring, I don't care, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, whatever it's got to be, or a version with cubic zirconia.
Yeah, there you go.
But I'm not gonna lie. If you gave me an opportunity to buy the ring off the same line, but swap out the diamonds for cubic, and it's $5,000, I'm probably buying it. I'm just saying.
I would be intrigued too, that's for sure. But you already know. I already told everybody what I'm doing. I'm getting a big ass Lombardi right here on my shoulder. I'm getting that on there. Now, I like this point that William brought this up because I kind of thought this too with Joe Burrow. Show how good he is in the clothes he wears before the game, and I kind of with that outfit he wore, it's kind of like boosting himself up. Like, I'm not scared to wear this. I'm not scared of you. If I can wear this, and not that it look bad or they look at it just outlandish, I can wear this. Just think what I'm going to do on the field because I don't care what you think. It doesn't bother me.
I love his style.
Right.
Hey, you want to call it peacocking or whatever? I've done the same thing. It's like if you've got the confidence, if you've got the swagger to throw on big floral print, pink suit, whatever you want to call. Hey, I used to wear a watch, this gigantic boulder of a watch, and I used to rock it. And the funny thing is, as my wife listens, she already knows the story. Women would come up and try to make fun of me for that watch, and then 2 hours later, we're best friends, hanging out, having drinks. Dude, Burrow is that guy.
Yeah. Hey, well, when you have something, especially if you're single, you have something that gets girls come and talk to you. I would do that too. Like, yeah, come here. All right, let's see here. Rob, let's see here. The next Super Bowl, we win. I have zero doubt this team is building to something special for a long term. Last year, I didn't think we would beat LA. I know I'll get flamed for that opinion. Hey,
I mean, they've spent a lot of money. They spent a lot of money, and they gave up a lot of draft picks to put that team together. And honestly, if the officiating was better, they probably wasted their money. Honestly, if we had, I don't fault Quentin Spain. It's Aaron Donald.
yeah,
But if something happens and Spain reacts a different direction faster, we got a walk-off touchdown. It would have been the highlight of every Super Bowl
ever.
To win that way, that deep touchdown, game over. Oh my
That
God.
would erase Montana to Taylor.
All of that money spent, and they were basically luck away from losing it all. So, hey, I agree. I mean, they were built to. We're not there yet. They had a team that went to the Super Bowl prior to picking up Stafford and so on and so forth. We're almost to that point. Now, we don't have to swap out our QB, but we might need a couple of pieces. But yeah, I think we're definitely due. Just got to keep the core together.
Exactly. All right, here. Let's go with Amir. I mess your name up every time. I apologize. How do you guys think of the Trey Henderson, Terron Armstead matchup Thursday?
Tell you
What'd you
what,
think?
we need some sacks. And I don't care. I'm gonna be an ignorant football fan and bitter. I'm sick of this excusing the rip move and somebody with a chokehold on Trey from behind, and that's okay
Yeah.
as long as he used a rip move to get there. No, let
It's a
go
choke.
of our dude.
Right, exactly.
Like, what the hell? No, I think Trey, Trey has worked hard in the offseason to add a few things to his repertoire, so I like it. I see Trey having a good day.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a real good day. I think that, like I said, for Sunday night, the thing that worries me is up the middle. Just DJ Reader and Baltimore liking to run the ball. Anyway, Cap, been on for almost an hour here, buddy. As always, it is a blast having you on every Thursday, every Monday. Got a final thought and parting words for us before I let you go and we do this thing again next Monday.
41-21 Bengals
Woo!
over the Ravens.
Throwing it out there. Mic drop.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's only Monday. Hey, it might go to 48. We'll see.
Boom! I like where your head's at. Who day, Cap?
Who day?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. As always, it's a blast having Cap on here. It's always more fun when we win, obviously. And like I said, Sunday night, it's for first place. So that is, I'll just put it to you guys this way. When we started out 0-2, how many of you guys really thought that in 3 weeks we'd be playing for first place in the AFC North? Probably not too many of us the way they were playing. They turned it around that quickly. We got to get the run game going. The defense is balling out, stay injury free, and I think we got this thing. Now, I know people have asked me if we're going to do a watch party at the movie theater again on Sunday. Well, from what I've been told, that the movie theater is not open that late. And anyway, it's going to be my father's birthday, so I'm planning on watching the game with him. We might be doing something. There's a couple things in the works. But unfortunately, I will not be attending. But if we do get it done, I'll let you guys know. I think New Orleans, we are going to do the Jackpot Joey watch party at RJ Cinema. Again, all this stuff's in the works. I will keep you guys posted and let you know when, where, and what we're doing. So I appreciate everybody wondering, and I wish I had better, answers for you, but I don't. So as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know. All right, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. They're Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trinipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Just type in Sports with Strawberry Ice. You can find any of them. YouTubers, like I said, you are my originals. You guys are awesome. I'm at 1,986. I'm getting so close to 2,000. So please tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. Tell them to follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok, follow me everywhere. I would appreciate it because, as always, if it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be happening. So I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Let's go get this dub Sunday. Tomorrow, it's Ice Brew Days with my seat neighbor, my boy, Dale Altman. By the way, keep Dale in your thoughts and prayers. He's going through some stuff right now. So just say a little prayer for my boy, Dale. And we will have a blast on here tomorrow. Ice Brew Days is happening. I got Coach Cam coming on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, still working on some people. So I am working on trying to get some great guests for you guys this week. But tomorrow's Dale. Wednesday's Coach Cam. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to try to break some stuff down here of what the Bengals need to do to beat the Ravens, what they've done good, what they've done bad. So stay tuned for all your Bengals information. And I always try to give you as much up-to-date information as I possibly can. Because, like I said, this is my hobby. I have 2 other jobs, so I have a hard time trying to keep up sometimes. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Anyway, other than that, we're going to get that dub Sunday. We're going to get the first place. I can't wait. That's just sports, baby. See ya! Jackpot! 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 Let's go. In the night, stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black, and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, Houday, we ignite. And Cincinnati, we gon' rise. And in the jungle, we unite. And dripping orange and black and white. Houday, when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin' Houday, time to put your hands up. Bengal stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fit it. Houday in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now.